800-544-7070. You want to play some music for me to do DVDs? Ooh, boy, were you at the ready or what? All right, we've got some kind of interesting movies this week. We've got Agora, which was the one with Rachel Weisz that made about 28 cents. It's actually a pretty good movie, and if you have any young daughters, it's a great DVD to rent because it's about women being assertive and what happens to smart women, which is, hopefully they don't take that to heart. We can say, well, it was set back in ancient Egypt under Roman rule. And Hypatia, I guess, was the astronomer who apparently existed. I really liked it. It doesn't end happily. I'm not giving away very much to tell you that. But I thought Rachel Weisz was terrific in it. It made, as I said, 28 cents. Holy Rollers is inspired by actual events. We keep seeing these movies that are inspired by actual events. It occurred in the 90s when some Hasidic Jews were recruited to smuggle ecstasy from Europe. It stars Jesse Eisenberg, who is having a big month in Social Network. And I actually thought was an interesting movie. A little hard to believe, but to watch this kid go from kind of a shy, quiet, withdrawn kid to essentially a drug dealer. Thought it was an interesting movie. Night of the Demons, I know this comes as a great shock to you, I did not see. Oceans is a terrific documentary that is narrated by Pierce Brosnan, and it's got some amazing shots in it. I mean, the photography in this one is just extraordinary, and this one made almost $20 million. It's from Disney, and I think even on, especially if you have high definition, your DVD or Blu-ray, this is certainly worth saying. It's really a beautiful movie. Please Give was a little movie that it actually made almost $4 million, which isn't a whole lot. Great cast: Catherine Keener, Amanda Peet, Kevin Corrigan, Oliver Platt. And the story is of a woman who is kind of a do-gooder, except she neglects her family, including her husband a little bit. And it's a movie that's hard to get close to because the character that you like the most is probably Oliver Platt, just because he's kind of an appealing actor. He's much cuter in person than he is on screen. He looks kind of bloated a little bit on the screen, and in person he's not. He used to work out at my health club. Baby. Okay, be still my foolish heart. Okay, but the idea being that he's married to Catherine Keener, and what they do is kind of this odd thing, is they go around to the families of people whose elderly parents have died and buy their furniture relatively cheaply and then sell it for a lot of money, which isn't illegal. The question is whether it's really moral, and she clearly feels enough guilt that she gives huge amounts of money away, and how her kids respond. And it's kind of an interesting movie. A little bit kind of intellectual. It's a little hard to get close to emotionally, but I thought it was a pretty good movie. The movie that will probably make the most money this week is one that they didn't screen for us, so I actually didn't see. And I got to tell you, my new practice, having gone against it a couple times with great regret, is if they don't screen it, there's a reason, and I'm not going to spend my money going to see it, having done that for a number of movies in the last couple of weeks. This is Predators. Excuse me, luckily I didn't slobber on anybody. I just got my mouth a little bit full of saliva when I was talking about Predators. I guess makes your mouth water. This is Topher Grace and Adrian Brody. Adrian Brody kind of bulked up for this one. A bold new chapter in the Predator universe, and it was shot under they say auspices of Robert Rodriguez, because he wasn't really the director. Adrian plays Royce, a mercenary who reluctantly leads a group of elite warriors who come to realize they've been brought together on an alien planet as prey. This made $40 million. Of course, so did Jackass 3D. I can't believe that. Can you believe they didn't screen that for us? And apparently they figure unless people die that they'll continue making these movies of really dangerous stunts. And every once in a while, right after they do this movie, somebody will try one of the stunts and die, and oh yeah, well, it's irresponsible to make it. Okay, well, we'll make another $50 million, which is about double what they expected to make. I'm not sure what that says about our society, but I'm fairly confident it doesn't say anything very good. So, Holy Rollers, kind of interesting. Agora, interesting, especially if you have daughters and you like that period of history, which is the Greeks and the Romans and Egypt. Pretty interesting. Excuse me. Oceans is a worthwhile documentary. Please Give is smart but not particularly emotional. And Predators, you're on your own. 800-544-7070. You can also check out Dr. Joy Reviews to see whether something is too violent for your kids or not. Predators is not an easy movie, but made $50 million. But as I said, so did Jackass 3D. You're on your own on this one. 800-544-7070. I'm Dr. Joy Brown.